and we're back in the building. Nikki, it seems like it's
What's up?
been
What's
forever
up?
and a day. How you
It
feeling?
has been forever in 2 days. I'm good. How you
Man,
doing?
good, good. Look, I was listening to one of our recent episodes. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
it was the celebration. And I was just sitting
Mm-hmm.
there listening to y'all talk, and I'm like, man, I miss my folk, man. It's like, man, but what's been going on for those that have been wondering, sometimes it's just you do need to, catch up. You need to get a break, get a breather. No excuses, but hey, we here. We here. Um,
Mm-hmm.
with that being said, Nikki, there was something, there was a subject, a topic, a very important
Yeah.
topic. I think folks need to hear. What say you, Nikki?
So the topic has been coming up about living, surviving, and the difference between the two.
Come on.
Somebody asked me if I had all the puzzle pieces to my life together. Do I just know myself?
Mhm.
And like I responded, I don't think we'll ever have all the puzzle pieces together. I think every day adds another puzzle piece. And every day we're living, we're gonna have another puzzle piece. And my other response was, I know how to explain to you the Nikki who knows how to survive, but I don't know how to explain the Nikki who knows how to live. And
Right.
there's a difference.
Mm.
We do so much to survive. We
Mm.
sometimes just forget to live.
Come on, man.
So
Come on.
yeah, I think that's a good one that people really need to hear about. We all in the same boat because I believe it's a lot of people out here who deal with that same situation.
You know what? And that's true because I remember um in my first marriage, and this is not to put X down, X life down, but I wanted something different than what we experienced in the first marriage because it was basically work, church, home, work, church, home. We
Mm-hmm.
barely went on vacations, barely got away from
Mm-hmm.
home, rarely rather. It was just basically a pay bill, live holy life. And there were times where we just messed up. And it was like we didn't give ourselves no time to breathe, no time to really just enjoy life. So I said in
Mm-hmm.
this marriage, in this at this time in my life, Nikki, I wanted to do something different. And again, that's just a choice. It's not that I'm saying anybody was doing anything wrong. It's just we didn't enjoy life. And
Mm-hmm.
now it's like simple things like a 2-day getaway. Like we're in Memphis, drive to Nashville, drive to Hot Springs, and just maybe
Mm-hmm.
just, even if we don't get a massage in Hot Springs, Nikki, just to go to a hotel room with somebody else make up the bed when you wake up. And
Yes.
to go, you ain't gotta cook breakfast or dinner or lunch.
Mm-hmm.
You go and enjoy life and just and sometimes I know y'all probably did it. You just go to a hotel room and just lay back and relax, man. Just a
Yes.
different environment because those beds be comfortable. You know what
Ooh, the pillows.
I'm
Yes.
saying? So I just think people really, and it's true what you just said, because I was one of those people. And sometimes I still get caught up in just, hey, I got to do the necessities. And I'm going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
keep my credit straight, Nikki. I'm going to make sure I pay my bills on time. But it's just something about, sometimes when you do get a little extra, like my grandparents say, hands, a little extra money, go and splurge a little bit if it's not going to hurt you. If
Mm-hmm.
you want to go get yourself a new
Mm-hmm.
pair of pants, shoes, or go to a nice
Mm-hmm.
restaurant where they got tip top service, and it's like
Yeah.
enjoy life, man. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
so important. We just don't do that enough. And you know what,
Mm-mm.
Nikki, with all due respect to any other ethnicity that may be listening, of course, we're black, and we have
Mm-hmm.
some of the highest rates for stressing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We don't. It's like we don't relax. It's like we get off work and we got to go to work again when we get home, and we got
Mm-hmm.
to help the child. We just never. We
Yep.
have to take more time to just chill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then what's so crazy is a lot of times by the time we do get to chill, I know I can speak for myself. I felt guilty for just chilling, or I felt like, okay, it's something I'm supposed to be doing. I know it's something I'm supposed to be
Come
doing.
on.
I'm not supposed to just be sitting here and watch. Don't let me watch 2 or 3 episodes of something in a row. I'm like, oh no, it's something
Yeah,
I'm supposed to be doing.
yeah.
And it's crazy because we get so
It
used to
is.
just doing and doing. And
Yeah.
then we work these jobs where we
Come on.
get paid pennies on a dime and the CEO at the top is getting all the big bucks after, off of us. We spend more
Oh,
time with coworkers than you do your family. Typically, when you have to go into the workplace, then you got to drive to the workplace,
come on.
be in traffic, and you got to work for all those hours. You got to drive home, be in traffic. Then you got to come home, deal with the children. Not saying the children are a bad thing, because that's not what I'm
Right.
saying, but
Right.
you just don't have time for yourself.
Come on.
You just always moving, and don't even get on the part where when you walking for Christ and you dealing with spiritual warfare and tests and trials coming at you and stuff
Wow.
falling everywhere and
Wow.
people, yeah. So I mean, it's
Come
like it's
on.
a 24/7 thing, and I feel like for years, babe, I just been climbing this mountain. Just, you know what I'm saying? Now
Mhm.
I've had a lot of
Mhm.
great moments. Don't get me wrong, I've had a lot of great days. I am blessed. My family's blessed, and I thank God for that. But to just be able to say overall that I'm just like living. Yeah, I mean, even when you live, you still gonna have responsibilities. So I'm not saying that once you start living, you won't have responsibilities. That's not what we're saying. But just overall, you
Right.
know, take the trip, take the moment to just go get a massage. At one point, I was going to get a massage once a month.
Really?
I was treating myself. Yeah, I was treating myself to get a massage once a month. And what happened? My husband, for my birthday, we were dating. For my birthday, he took me. He paid for me to get a massage. So the massage therapist, it was this guy. He was really good. He was just, he talked to me. He even spoke spiritually to me after the massage, telling me,
Wow.
what he felt, what the spirit told him. Long story short, I would go back, get a massage. The same person would massage me. Well, I came in there with my engagement ring on. And he got mad. He said, "Oh, y'all engaged already?" And I was like, "Already?
Wow.
Like, we've been together. Like, it ain't like
Wow.
we just had got together when you first met me." So after that moment, I never went back. Like, I was completely uncomfortable. And this was when I got engaged in 2020. It's 2023. I have not had a massage since.
Wow. Nikki, do you know I've never had one?
Really?
I've never had one. So
Oh,
my wife walked by me. This was like 2 weeks ago. And I'm
mm,
always reclined right where the breakfast bar is. Because
mm,
it's right there. Anyway, I'm reclined right there watching TV. And I walk around. I'm never barefoot. I always have my socks on. And she just walked by and just started massaging my feet. She was really just talking.
mhm.
And it was like instinct. I was like, man. And she was like, what? I'm like, man, you massaging my feet. And she was like, you never had a massage? I said, I've never in my life had one. I never took the time to do it. And
Wow.
she was like, man, I'm gonna get you one. That, going back to you, Nikki, that's sad, man. It's like, I mean, it's so many topics within that, but you're speaking spiritually into somebody's life, and then you turn around and the same God didn't tell you that she was
Listen.
engaged, man. Come on, man. Like, come on, man. You get an attitude on that. I mean, come on.
Mhm,
Like, wow.
mhm.
And you've never went back since.
Mm-mm. Nope,
Wow.
I just hadn't had a chance. I just, just doing something. I always doing something. And then,
Yeah,
of
you are.
course, I moved in the wedding and this and that. And then you know how it is when you first get married, how the enemy come and try to smack you in the face.
Come on,
And
man.
you have to go through this, that, and the third. Like, I just haven't had a chance to live. And
Right.
I
Right.
like right now, I'm sitting out on we got a screened in patio. And I'm sitting
Mhm.
out here now recording. This the
Mhm.
first I've been in this house since November. This the first time I just sat out here at night and just chilled.
Wow. Wow.
So it's like, yeah, we
I
don't take
feel you.
time out for ourselves.
We don't.
But you know what? My I had an old friend, and she first taught me what self love was. This was maybe 3 or 4 years ago. She taught me exactly what self love was. And she said, "What I want you to do," I was actually at my mom's house. I don't know why I was staying at my mom's house for that moment, but I was there. And she said, what you need to do, you need to break away from everybody. You need to plan a day to where
Wow.
nobody bothers you. You let the girls know, hey, grandmama's here. You gonna still be in the house, but listen, don't, if it's not a dire emergency, just don't bother me for a while. Let me get some rest. She stayed out of town, across the United States. She mailed me a box, a care box, and it had a DVD of Think Like a Man, because I love that movie. And I just like
Okay.
watching stuff that's just gonna make me laugh,
Yeah.
something that's not, heavy.
Mhm.
She sent me Think Like a Man. She sent me a box of the Andy Caps cheddar fries. From back in the day, it's in a little blue
Yeah.
pack, the chip.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Andy Caps cheddar fries. It was like a big 30 bag of
Wow.
those. She sent me a whole bunch of fruities. We used to eat fruities back in the day, the candies.
Mhm.
She
Mhm.
sent me a whole bunch of fruities, the Andy Caps chips. She sent me Think Like a Man DVD and a big old purple t-shirt that was just big and loose and just felt good. She said, I want you to shower, put on a t-shirt, eat, because she knew that was my favorite snack. She said, eat these snacks, watch a movie, and do nothing. She said,
Wow.
don't answer the phone and talk to anybody about nothing related to business. Don't do nothing for the kids. She said, don't do nothing. And it just made so much sense to me. But let me tell
Wow.
you, when that happened, I had somebody text me, because Chad had a play. Chad's play was rescheduled. I just want to know, we hadn't heard anything about the reschedule, so we just want a refund, ma'am. That is not my play. I didn't respond to nobody. I was not fixing to have
I love
business related conversations. And you
it.
know what? People got mad at me for that. I told them, yesterday, I just took a day for self love and I didn't talk about anything regarding business. And people really responded to me with like mad. Well, I hope
Wow.
you enjoyed your quote unquote self love day, but I had a question about my money. I don't
Are
care.
you serious?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Wow. The day
we
you
gotta
decided to
have,
take care of yourself.
yeah, yeah. We gotta take time out for ourselves, man. We got to live. I was at the doctor's office yesterday, and it was something so small. There was a poster on the wall at the doctor's office, and I guess they were advertising like some medicine. I don't know, but there was this lady. She was just a white lady in a long dress. Like the dress came, it was like blue and white stripes. The sleeves came down her arms. It was nothing spectacular, and she was standing on the edge on a boat and looking back at the water. For some reason, my whole face plastered to that lady's face. It's like I just picture myself standing on a boat looking back at the water. I was like, man, I need this so bad. It
What?
was just something as small as a poster.
Wow.
So, yeah, we need to live. We need to take the initiative to live, because life is going to continue to happen and we're not promised tomorrow. And if we spend all of our time making this money just to pay the bills, people think it's cool to work two and three jobs, and you just working. When are
Mm,
you taking time for you?
exactly.
So,
We've got to take a
mhm,
short commercial break, Nikki, and we're going to come right back. And we're back. Nikki, what you just said, I mean, everything you said, it was like so much, man. It's like, that's that's why. But it's kind of amazing when we be coming up with the topics and how it be confirmed. It's like, God, I thank you. I have to say that.
mhm,
But let me say this, y'all. I have to say this because it's on me to say it. Um, so we have recorded in a couple of weeks for, like I said, sometimes you just need that break. And I had to catch up on some editing, but um
mhm,
I was listening, as I said when we first started, I was listening to that episode we did when we did the celebration, and I'm listening to you and Liddell. Man, the way that y'all gave me my flowers, it was like, man, I'll forever thank y'all for that. But if y'all hear what Nikki is saying, these again, I say this a lot. We're not talking just to be talking. We're
mhm,
coming from experience. If we don't have the experience, we really can't speak on it. But with that
mhm,
being said, when you hear Nikki say, "Man, I just don't have the time," trust me, I can attest that because Nikki's on the road from Atlanta to Memphis a lot. Not only that, but when she's at home, it's like when we say, well, okay, we're gonna record. And Nikki's like, yeah, yeah, I'm with you. And I'm fixing dinner right now. Or give me just a second. And I mean, she's always busy. So trust me, when
Mhm.
we're saying right now that we need to take the time, and we know we're not the only ones. Trust me, we're not just talking to be talking, because I can attest this lady is busy all the time. And sometimes you do need a break. Now I'm gonna tell you, even and I have to say, one of the what I where I was going with that, her and Liddell have some of the most beautiful spirits, man. And like, and I'm gonna say this, and I hope she don't get upset. We had a live one Wednesday night, and I I'm I don't want to go in detail, but I just from what Nikki said, I said something that and I believe she quickly forgave. But right back here, like, it just like, no, I'm done with that week. I'm done with that day. But you have
Mhm.
to understand, like, I have to give them their flowers too. And I know you probably listening or looking at this podcast like, wait a minute, what does that have to do with living life? Everything, everything. Because my thing is, I'm gonna say this real quickly. The rule we have in this house that I set for, um, me and De'Ara may have a disagreement. Back in the day, we argued, or she may have said something. And De'Ara is quick to apologize. And she's like, Clint, my bad. And I stop her. And she was like, but Clint, I'm like, I stop her. No, 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 no. Because God
Mhm.
doesn't do me like that. He doesn't hold me to the fire like that. He doesn't just make me just sit in head deep water and just drown. Like, just keep saying you're sorry. Just keep.
Mhm.
And I'm grateful. I have to give Nikki her flowers, Liddell his flowers, even though he's not present right now. Liddell is tired too. But these are some of the best people I know. I've had plenty of jobs, but just I know God gave us, if that makes sense.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because it's just a beautiful thing just to be relieved and like, okay, okay. She's not holding me to that, because I didn't mean whatever I
Mhm.
said. And I know what she said I said, and I didn't mean that. But to just be free from what I said, let me put it like that. That feels good. So I
Oh
have to give
yeah.
them their flowers. And here's the other part of it now. On the more positive, on another positive side of it, there are times whereas y'all, before y'all hear us start the episode, I'll just hit the live button. They be like, "What you doing?" And they fall right in, they fall right in. I mean, we flow.
Yeah, we
Um,
do.
and there are times to where we talk about things that we want. So I'm going somewhere with this, y'all. There are times we talk about things we
Mhm.
want. Me and Nikki would send each other things that we see on Instagram, like private jets, the nice house,
Mhm.
stuff like that. And I know some people listen and say, I don't need all that. Well, there are some things we feel like we're gonna get, and we deserve it. With that
Mhm.
being said,
Mhm.
we used to have I hate to say used to, but we had this saying that if one of us get on, all of us get on. And when it's time for one of us
Mhm.
to go on vacation, all of us are gonna go sometime. Now we understand we're married. There's gonna be times where, Nikki and her husband, that's them. And they got to do their thing.
Mhm.
And there are gonna be times with me and De'Ara, hey, and Liddell, but there are gonna be times where we're gonna be together. And we're gonna
Mhm.
need that, y'all. We're gonna need that time. And we look forward to it,
Mhm.
because sometimes, and it's no jealousy thing, it's no envy thing, but sometimes you
Mhm.
get tired of just looking at everybody on Instagram, Facebook, and even in your personal life. And like, I got a best friend, maybe every time you look around, they gone. Like, well, hey, we on the road. You get tired of just sitting there like, wait a minute, I'm letting life pass
Yeah.
me by. And everybody look, it's time for us to live, y'all. It's time for us to live, man. Like,
Mhm.
really live. I didn't say go in stupid debt. Just time for us to live. Whatever we can do, let's do it. Like I said, I'm in Memphis, Nashville, 300 miles away. It's not bad. 4 hour drive, 3 hour, 4 hour drive. It's not bad. Just to get away, go somewhere like Branson, Missouri, see what's out there.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
you know, um, time to take a cruise. I've never been on a cruise before. I'm ready to do some different
Me
things, because
either.
I've always had that fear of water. Now I don't have that fear. It's like, man, forget that. Because Job said the thing I feared has come up on me. So I'm not fearing drowning and boats overturning and hurricanes. I'm not fearing that no more. It's time to leave. I would
Mhm.
let that keep me in Memphis all my life, Nikki. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I
Yeah,
done been to Canada,
yeah.
I done been to Cancun, but I'm saying I need to consider you, Nikki, you probably know some people in your family, friends that they regularly take trips. They go take 2 or 3 trips a year.
Yep,
Here I
yep.
am, nah, man, it just can't be paying bills and work. It just can't be like that. It just
Mhm,
can't. I'm gonna, Nikki, we're gonna
mhm.
take a short commercial break and I'm gonna come right back to you.
Okay.
And Nikki, we're back. But Nikki, it just can't be like that. We got to do something different, man. We're not getting as far as the number. We're not getting any younger about the number of the age
Right,
that we are.
right,
So it's time to do
right.
something different.
That's true. And like my mom is 70, she'll be 73 in August. And she's never been on a plane.
Wow, wow.
So I mean, we like you said, we gotta live. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm lagging a little bit. Let me know.
It's the videos doing it, but your voice isn't.
Okay. Yeah, she said she's always been afraid of a plane. It should regulate in a moment. She said she's always been afraid of a plane. She just never went anywhere. And it's crazy because life will actually have us stuck and crippled. And we look around and we're in our 70s, have never gotten on a plane.
My dad is 75. He's never been on one.
Wow.
And his brother, who is older than him, Nikki, my uncle Eugene is probably 2, 3 years older than my brother. I mean, than my dad. And he said, I remember him saying this about 5 years ago. Now, my uncle Eugene never been much of a smiler. Not saying he didn't, but he's been mostly serious. He's from the country, so it's like he'll look at us like y'all city boys don't know that y'all city boys don't. And it's like, man, come on, dog. Every time we come around you, but he was lit up one day, Nikki. I mean, just lit. And he said, y'all, I cannot believe I waited 70 years to go on a cruise. And he was like a little kid. I've never seen him like that. He said, I'm going back the first chance I get. So we talked. And this is in front of family. We just everybody in these little separate sections in the house, and we just talking. And he said, oh, I got to go back. He just kept saying, I can't believe I waited 70 years to go on a cruise. Oh, I had so much fun. It's so much to do. And I'm like, man, I've never seen my uncle talk like that, man. I mean, he was excited, like really excited. I don't know what happened to Nikki. I think she was having a little technical difficulties, but we're gonna keep rolling. I know that's what she would want me to do. So, um, but yeah, he was real excited. Like he just couldn't quit saying that. And I'm sitting there like 70 years, over 70
Mhm.
years. Like, wow,
Wow.
man.
Wow. Yeah. We'll allow life to cripple us. And before we know it, we're thinking about what we should have done. And I think this is a great topic because we just need to raise awareness, because so
Yeah.
often we get so wrapped up in just life, the husband, the wife, the children, the dog, the house, the
Mm,
job, everything. And we look around and we're like, what happened?
come
Where
on.
did life go? And we know how quick it is. I mean, think about it. 2023 just hit and it's literally about to be Christmas. We're
And it's halfway
already,
over.
yeah, we're halfway into the 6 month already. So
Yeah.
literally, we rounding up. Christmas is right around the corner, and next thing you
Mhm.
know, it's gonna be 2024. And
Exactly.
I'm like, dang, I'm remembering just graduating high school not too long ago. It's been 2020,
Yeah.
and so even
Yep.
like that, I've never been on a cruise, never.
Mm,
COVID came and people had to get their shots and all that stuff. They weren't letting people on cruises. If you didn't have your
that's
COVID
right.
shot, your COVID vaccine, you couldn't get on a cruise. I was like, well, guess I wiped that thought out. But now they're letting people get on cruises, and I want to get on a cruise. There's so much stuff that I
Yeah,
want to do,
I'm telling you,
and I was just thinking
Jamaica's
about
out
that.
there.
And,
Man,
now I did that one. I can wipe that one, baby. The best fun you could ever have. I don't know how to
what?
swim. I'm scared of
Gotcha,
water. I ain't gonna lie to you. I
gotcha.
jumped off a freaking mountain into the water.
What?
So I had on my life jacket, life vest, and all that stuff. They was like, "No, it's gonna be okay. You're gonna go down a little bit, but you're gonna pop right up." I was scared. Don't get me wrong. Jamaica had some of the clearest water that you can ever encounter. Water went up my nose and it did not burn. And I was so
What?
confused. I said, "Why is it not burning?" They said, "Because we have
Right.
some of the cleanest water that man, you gotta
Wow.
go. You got to go to
Wow.
Jamaica." And
That's
just
what
even with that, like, they said, "Well, you go to your room." My accent sucks. And they said, "Will you have a butler? Butler can come and iron your clothes." I said, "A butler to
come and
iron
iron your
my
clothes.
clothes?" They'll come and iron your clothes. Of
That's
course, we
living.
stayed at a resort. So when we were ready to go to dinner, we just went to dinner. Everything was free. If you wanted a drink, you can get your drinks free. Just whatever. So one night it was myself, my husband, his uncle, and his uncle's wife. We sat out in the lobby of the resort and we just played. What did we play? Spades, or yeah, we played spades in the lobby. That right there just
Wow.
meant so much to me. It didn't have
Yeah.
to be something huge. Like, it was just
Right.
fun. She taught me about what was it? A banana. I don't even like, but I like bananas, but it was not like that. It was like a banana, not margarita. It was some kind of drink, but it was banana. And I was like, ugh. And so I tasted it. I was like, oh. And I mean, we just sitting out there on banana drinks and we playing spades and just having a ball,
Wow.
and just
Wow.
stuff like that. Just that
Yeah.
moment, I was like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. And I was thinking about this today. This is so funny you bring this up. When somebody asked me, and I'm gonna ask you the same question. Somebody said, "Nikki, who are you?" I was like, "What you mean? Like, I'm a woman of God. I dance. I blow dance." Like, no. Outside of everything that you do, outside of everything that you go through, outside of all of your afflictions, who are you? And you know me, I ain't never quiet. I always got something to say. I didn't have anything to say. It's like,
Wow. Because I'm sitting here
who the
like, if
heck?
you would have asked me that, oh my God. Okay.
Strip yourself of everything that you do for your family, for everybody. Strip yourself of your job, of your acting, basketball. Strip yourself of that and like rawly explain who you are.
If I had to do that, I would say I am a laugher. For real.
Mm,
I love to laugh. I enjoy and treasure and hold laughing dearly to me so much till I named my first son Isaac, which means laughter.
mm,
And he is just like me. He does not want any problems with anybody. If he offends anybody, he's quick to apologize. He just wants to enjoy life. He wants to laugh. So that would describe me to the T. Like, I'm a dude that, okay, and I know Nikki when for the most part not to laugh. I know when to take things seriously. But if
mm-hmm.
I could just live a certain way, if I could describe myself and have one proverb about me, it would be laughter.
Mm-hmm.
It would be that's who I am. I love to laugh. I
Mm-hmm.
love to make people laugh. I love to put a smile on people's face. That is my whole character. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and like you said, that's outside of podcasting, speaking,
Mm-hmm.
playing basketball, because I look forward to that type stuff. Acting, looking forward to getting back on the stage and back on camera. But if 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 I could just describe me, that would be it. I'm a laugher. I just love. I'm a joyful person. So how would
Mm-hmm.
you describe you?
Whew. And it's funny. I thought about that today. Okay, I'm a person. I think if I had to describe me and who I am and like how I would want to live, do you know those? Okay, how can I even explain it? I'm just a person who wants to live a simple life of love. Like, I just want to love. Like, I want to love on people and people love on me and just enjoy life. Have you ever seen people, I don't know, in movies, um, okay, my phone did something. They most of the time they have dreadlocks and they sit around the house and they'll have their candles lit and they'll listen to this kind of like slow, chill music and they
Yeah,
just
Yeah.
enjoying life and
Yeah.
just relaxing and chilling. I really think that's who I am. But you
Cool.
wouldn't know that. You
Right.
would not know that. Like I just really want now mine is, they a lot of times be smoking weed all day. That's not me. I don't do it. But I just smiling, loving, laughing, like you said,
Mhm.
like I love telling jokes. I love cracking jokes. That's me too.
Yeah.
Um I'm that person.
Yeah.
I'm that person. And I would love to, live that out. I would love to have just moments where I'm just at home, just I got my music playing. I've been on Spotify lately. What's her? The singer Her.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I turned that channel on, and most of the music is like super slow and calming and just chilled.
Mhm.
And I drive and I listen to that, and my spirit comes all the way down.
Wow.
And that's when I started realizing, like, oh, this is what I'm responding to. This is what my spirit responds to.
Wow.
Like the simple stuff. I mean, like literally going into my backyard, throwing a darn blanket on the ground, and just laying there.
See,
Like,
that right there, Nikki. I tell people, and I only tell certain people this, but this is my first time really coming out saying this. You brought this out, so I tell people, certain people, I can literally go in an open field as long as no insects, no ants, and nothing bite me. I can literally go in the open field
mhm,
and sit there for hours and have the best time by myself.
mhm,
Literally just
mhm,
staring at whatever landscape it is, whether it's just grass,
mhm,
whether it's the mountains, whether it's a river. I can literally sit there for hours and have the best time. Like, you ever been to, and you
mhm,
probably the same way, you ever been to a get together, whether it's couples night, whether it's family, and people look at you like, "You all right? You all right?" And you be like, "I'm
mhm.
having a good
'Cause you
time."
spaced out.
Yeah, like,
Yep,
"I'm having a
yep.
good time." They be like, "But you just sitting there," and I'm like, "You don't understand. I'm away from the house." You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? I'm away from my environment, so now I'm with y'all and I'm kicking it. I'm having the best time.
Mhm,
Like when me and you and Ladell went out,
mhm.
after the photo shoot, and we just
Oh,
sitting there,
yeah.
that we sat there for what, about 2 hours at least?
We sat there for a long time. I think it was longer
It
than
was
that.
longer than
We
that.
we was
And
chilling.
had the best
Yeah.
time. Nobody was drinking,
Mhm.
nobody getting drunk, nobody smoking, and I'm not putting it down.
Right.
You do what you do. I'm just saying it was the best time, and it was just okay.
Yeah.
And my wife even said, "Man, you need that. Y'all needed that just to get
Mhm.
away for a while." And I even tell Dear,
Mhm.
"Listen, I got Prince. Go. Just you need to get away. All you do is
Mhm.
paparazzi and take care of me. Take care. Go for a drive. Go somewhere. Go kick it with
Yeah.
your mom. Go somewhere."
Yeah.
Because sometimes, like when I'm at the barbershop, man, I just have the best time just sitting there talking. Just like this
Mhm.
is serenity to me. Podcasting. It is peaceful to me.
Mhm.
Um, just sitting here and to know that there are people being helped because of things that God has put on our heart to talk about, that is so relaxing to me. But
Yeah.
I can just imagine the growth that we're going to see and we're coming into to
Mhm.
whereas we're gonna be
Mhm.
on the beach recording. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Man.
that's gonna come. And to know that
Mhm.
there's gonna be a day and time to where it's gonna be like, "Oh, Nick at night, Nikki, you doing this? Here, this is for whomever. You bless whomever." Just to be able to do stuff like that and not have to worry about, "Well, dang, man, could I have done that?" I don't want that. Like to go in the store
Mhm.
and I want that shirt. I want that suit. I want those
Yeah.
shoes. Do you know how much this? I'm not looking at the price tag. I can afford it. I want
Mhm.
it. I wanna
Mhm.
get I don't want no worries behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like, living life is
Mhm.
is so much to it, but yet it's so simple. Like you said, just sitting in the lobby
Mhm.
playing spades. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, people just don't
Mhm.
know that is
That's what I want.
yeah, yeah.
The simplicity of living life.
Come on. Come on.
I mean, I want the splurges sometimes. I want the yachts and the boats and the fun and the adventure, but on a daily, just the simplicity of living life and loving and being loved and just enjoying the moment. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We always, well, tomorrow I got this appointment, and Wednesday of this week I got this. We never live in our moment. And before you know it, the moment is gone. We enter tomorrow planning the next day. Like, we never do it. Let me jump on this real quick because
Go
this is
ahead.
true. I want to tell you. I was driving back from Atlanta,
Hmm.
from Memphis to Atlanta.
Okay.
I saw a big black truck. Do you know what the tag said?
What?
The number 4 and the word Clint.
Are you serious?
I wish I could have taken a picture.
Oh, I wish you
It
could
was
have.
a big black truck,
I'll
and it
write it
said,
down.
write that down, because it's something in it. But I saw a big black, it was a big body truck, and it said the number 4, CLINT. That truck said Fort Clint. And it was a big, and God allowed me to see that.
Oh
Out of
my
all the
God.
cars I could have drove past, driving from Memphis to Atlanta, I drove and I looked and I was like, oh wow. Yep.
So for y'all that don't know, I told y'all, me, Nikki, and Ladell, we talk and we have serious talks at times. And
Mm-hmm.
I told them that that was one of the things that I desired. I've
Mm-hmm.
never had a pickup truck. Now I've always had the family cars like the Expeditions, the Explorers, the Camrys, and I drive a Camaro now. So that was my first sports slash muscle car. And now I want to experience something different. I've never just took the time to buy a truck with a bed on it. So a pickup truck, I want a full
Mm-hmm.
size pickup truck. So when we go out of town or whatever, we can sit up a little high because sitting in that Camaro,
Mm-hmm.
and you know what I mean, Nick. Sitting in that Camaro,
Yeah,
you go feel those
you
bumps.
know. Yep.
But it's crazy, Nick. I have to say this. I stopped looking at them for a while, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say my faith didn't get low. I'm not even gonna make no excuses. I just stopped and just concentrated on others.
Mm-hmm.
I started looking at cars, then I stopped doing that. Just recently, I'm talking about within the last night, as a matter of fact, I started back looking at
Mm.
them, and I'm like, and I want one blacked out.
So you had the urge to look at it last night, and I saw it yesterday.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I
That's
saw
it.
that yesterday, and
That's
then all
it.
of a sudden you had that truck. You gonna truck. I mean, because that's not a
Yeah,
coincidence. And now I'm mad at myself
that's not a
because I didn't, but I was driving. I was on the highway. I had my GPS on my phone. I wish I would have just snapped the picture. I promise you, I wish I would have. But I'm not lying.
man.
God know I'm not lying. But
I know you're not lying. You ain't
for
never
me
lied to me.
to, yeah, no, for
Clint.
me to have seen that, and then all of a sudden you like, oh, last night, by the way, I had an urge. I looked, okay, and the truck said Fort Clint. Like, any name in the world, I could have seen any name in the world. What's the odds of me driving past a black truck that said Fort Clint? What are the odds?
Come on, man.
And then all of a sudden you had the urge to start looking. Okay.
Yep. And I'm talking about I
Congratulations
put
on
it
your truck.
down. Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Because I put it down for like literally like 2 months. I ain't even looked at I'm a
Yeah.
YouTuber. I just go on YouTube and I'm looking at trucks and so I was looking at different trucks and I'm like, well, you know, I think it was a part of me,
Dang.
Nikki,
Oh,
was
that just
like,
hit me.
wow.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, don't look. I'm gonna be
that
quiet. Go ahead.
that was confirmation for you.
Wow.
No, it just hit me. Like, that was confirmation for you.
Wow.
You was like, I
That was
hadn't looked at it. I don't know why I looked at it, but for God to show me that yesterday,
oh
driving.
man.
Out of all the people that I could have driven past, going back from state to state, I saw that.
And Nikki, you know how you
And then
look
you
at the
had the urge to start
keychains.
just looking.
You said what now?
hmm I said, then you just had the urge to start looking last night.
Last night. Last night. You know how you look at the keychains with the names on them that when you go out of town and you at a little shopping store or something.
hmm
I never can find Clint. Clint is a hard name to find. And for you to see
Yeah,
that
yeah.
on the truck, man, that is
hmm
like,
hmm
oh man,
hmm
but you did honestly. I know you say you didn't take the picture, but you did your job. You let me know what God wanted you to see and tell me. That is not a coincidence.
Man.
I do not believe in coincidences. I do not believe in luck. When I
hmm
leave this earth, everybody gonna
Oh,
know
me
that.
either.
I do not believe in that.
Yeah,
That is not by
yeah, me
chance that
either.
that happened and that you saw that.
hmm
I know. Oh
Mhm.
my God, man. I can't wait
And
to
it
see
could have
you
said Glendale. It could have said it said Fort Clint.
for Clint.
Like that's exactly what the number four and the word Clint. And I said, wow.
Wow. I'm gonna tell you something else. Well, I'm gonna tell you this off air, but just know there's some things I've been wanting. When I say this, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. I've been wanting for you and Liddell. I have been
Mm,
pondering and dreaming and pondering and daydreaming and praying and pondering. There's it's something to this for Clint. I know that's the truck, but for me to get that, there's some more stuff that I got before God, even for y'all. And I'm believing this is gonna happen. I hope that happens this year where some things
mhm,
can start happening. I'm not gonna say on the air, but I just, there's some
mhm,
things that
mhm.
yeah, because I don't ever want it to be about just Clint, but you did what you were supposed to do. And I like I said, man, I listened to um the episode that we did when we were doing the celebration, and you and Liddell, y'all literally like just flat out gave me my flowers, man. And I'm like
Ever.
it's not just Clint, y'all. Like I'm trying to get in and give y'all flowers, and man, y'all made me feel like a real king. Like, and I'm saying I want some things for them, and yeah, I appreciate. I'm just gonna say this on the air, Father. I thank you for the truck. I thank you for it, but
Amen.
also I
Listen.
got some stuff up before you for the Daily Dicky too. Because listen, it's just I'm ready for us to enjoy life, Dicky. It is see the truck. It'd be
Mhm.
times where it's like I'm gonna say this because we about to go off the air, but I see stuff like Prince going over his grandmama house for the weekend, and we already got plans. Like, hey, just because we coming to get y'all in the truck and we go kick it, we go ride all through Atlanta, we go do some stuff, and look, then we go come back home, and it's just Anyway, anyway, I
It's
appreciate you
time
being
to live.
obedient. Yeah, it's time. It's time, man. It's sitting here like, what we gonna talk about? What man? Anyway.
This
Ah,
part. It's
come on.
virtual. Oh, it never.
Yeah, never. And we try, y'all. We try to keep these episodes at 30 minutes, but without me and Nikki and them talking about it, if the Holy Spirit wants to take it further, we gonna let them. It's just this is awesome for Clint. This is that is no coincidence, man. You can't find Clint stuff.
Yeah, I received it. Swift. I saw it on Swift.
Wow.
So just
Wow.
we might as well just go and make some room now.
May as well. And the room has been made. As a matter of fact, it's been made when I gave the expedition away, and I was obedient with that. Um, Nothing was wrong with it. I would drive that truck right now to the White House and pull up just as proud. So the room has been made. I've been driving that Camaro for over a year now. I think I gave that away last year. Oh, I did give it away last year, so it's probably been a year now. So, but either way, I saw Nikki was having a little issues with her, little technical difficulties. Um, so what we're gonna
I'm
do?
not sure what happened.
Yeah, we're good. But Nikki, I'm gonna let you close us out, man.
Well, mm, I, right now I'm
Mhm.
grateful.
Wow.
Clint, we're gonna all collectively, us podcasters and watchers, we're gonna congratulate Clint on his truck. That's for Clint.
Thank y'all.
Um,
Thank y'all.
that's nothing like he said by luck or coincidence. Y'all, we just gotta live. We have to live. It's
Nikki,
11:24 Central Standard Time, 12:24 my time, and I vow today to live.
come on. Nikki, I was gonna ask you too. Um, you mentioned when you was in Jamaica, they had a butler to iron your clothes, and I'm
Mhm,
sitting there like when we be sending each other stuff that we see on Instagram,
mhm,
that's the life we want. And some people
mhm.
will, like you said, if we just sit down, Nikki, you said something that was key earlier. If you sit down and watch a few episodes, and it's like, wait a minute, I supposed to be doing something. I feel guilty for just sitting here because I'm supposed to be moving. I'm like that, like me myself. I'm heavy into the game of dominoes on my phone, and I sit there and play a game, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm supposed to be doing something. I'm supposed to be cleaning up. I'm supposed to be doing this. And it's like, just come on. But anyway, can you imagine a life to whereas you live like that every day? Somebody iron your clothes, somebody wash your clothes, somebody go get the clothes from the cleaner, somebody cooking you breakfast, lunch, dinner, somebody preparing your meals for you, and even to have a driver, people would just, coming from where we come from, we'll feel guilty about stuff like that. But that's how God wants us to live if we desire to. And there's nothing wrong with that. Can you imagine it? Just think about it. The times you get tired of driving, you got a driver. But this
Wow.
is something, this is something that I was gonna ask you. Have you ever with Nick at night, and Nick is she's having issues with her, she's coming back on.
I'm
Hey
not
Nick.
sure what's going on.
It's all
I'm
good.
not sure what's going on.
It's all good. But have you ever just, even if it was just a quick thought, have you ever thought about or saw yourself having an assistant for Nick at Night for your business date where they take the calls, do the scheduling? Has it
Ooh.
ever crossed your mind?
I've prayed for a team, but to actually just
Okay.
have an assistant, I need it. I know I'm gonna need it for real.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because I honestly, before I think it was right before you said something, or right after you said, I don't know. I think it was before you said something about the truck, but I thought I saw that. I saw that it was like
Wow.
you had somebody to oh, it was when you were saying that people were getting upset about the time that when you took time to yourself and they was calling.
Oh,
That's when it hit me, was like, wait a minute. I saw an assistant that was literally taking the calls and handling business for you and reporting to you.
wow.
Like, whether it was your team, an assistant, there you're gonna get, I see you getting some help. And
Mm.
so Nick at Night is not going to be what I call a fly by night company. It's not going to be a fly by night business. And I'm not speaking this because God told you to speak to me. Literally saw that when you was talking about, the people getting upset, because they wanted a refund for somebody else's play. But yeah, it's between us and Heal the Hood. We gonna live life. We gonna live life. We gonna live life. But hey, y'all, we gonna go ahead and end it here. Hey,
What-
this is Nikki Dance Angel and Clint with Clint
What's
Speaks,
wrong
y'all,
with that?
and we're out.